Global warming, one of the greatest threats against the world. Something we've been fearing since 1896, all due to the CO2 emissions. This is emissions, the public eye versus reality. According to desmogblog.com, a typical size 500 megawatt coal-fired power plant in the United States emits 3.7 million tons of carbon dioxide, 10,000 tons of sulfur dioxide, and 10,200 tons of nitrogen oxide. The numbers and the amount of emissions being released is all the public sees. On a positive note, the burning of coal generates half of the United States' electricity. Back to the negative, the public still views the burning of coal negatively. The Clean Air Act, also referred to as the CAA, is the primary air regulation. Under the CAA, no one is allowed to contaminate the air in any way. With that being said, the Union of Concerned Scientists states that under the CAA, the Environmental Protection Agency, also referred to as the EPA, is required to regulate emission of pollutants that endanger public health and welfare. According to the Institute for Energy Research, or IER, America's improving air quality is an untold success story. Even before Congress passed the CAA amendments of 1970, air quality had been improving for decades. IER also stated that the total sulfur dioxide emissions reduced by about 40% between 1970 and 2006. And nitrogen oxide, also referred to as NOx, emissions reduced by almost 50% between 1980 and 2006. What they don't know is that many of these power plants use CEM systems, which are continuous emission monitoring systems. According to K2BW.com, the most widely used is an extractive CEMS, in which a sample of gas is continuously drawn from the process point, filtered, transported, conditioned, and presented to a gas analysis system. The gas samples are sent straight to the EPA to inform the EPA that we are within regulation or whether we're out of regulation. This is what keeps the plant up and going and allows us to make sure that we're within regulation. We have viewed the numbers and the amount of emissions being released in two of many ways that these power plants use to mitigate and reduce the amount of emissions, to stay within regulation and abide by federal law.